Good morning, everyone. It's Joker, and today we are back with another slime video. And I kind of forgot to do Towa's showcase because I wasn't impressed with her. But we're gonna do it now after the tier list is out, with like 2 days to go until the meta changes. But hey, at least I can say I put the showcase out. So she is the free-to-play protector, and she's just okay. So we look at her, she gives 30% extra damage for Divine General to wind enemies. She gives 12% attack, that's pretty standard. Her skill puts the Enamor just like Elmesia, so 15%, it's just not as strong as Elmesia's. And it's on an AoE. It's only for one turn. And then she gives everyone a 5% attack stack. All allies attack until the end of battle. But this does not say including the rear guard. So I'm fairly certain this is just 5% on the front line. And then she increases your skill cap by 20 every time you use her. So she is lacking the reset ability of any type. Like, I didn't expect her to have a 0 reset, but I kind of expected her to have an actual just like normal reset. But I guess they had to make her slightly different from the free-to-play protector FREY that came out just a few months ago. Because that's pretty much what FREY does, is she gives 5% attack, she lowers your skill cap, and she lowers your skill cost and ups your skill cap. Like, if they had just made a carbon copy of FREY, like, that actually would have been fine, because this FREY is quite decent for a 4-star free-to-play protector. And this Towa is just a worse version of that. Because instead of the reset, you got Enamor, which, like, whoop-de-doo. So let's try her out, I guess. Alright, we're going to take her into EX2 of Beatdown Battle using a half meta team. Raphael, Diablo, Gazel only. The light masked hero, the old version, is for her single alt swap. Maybe you picked her up out of the 11/11 celebration ticket, I don't know, because you needed one. And then we've got free-to-play Yom. He could be like free-to-play Isis, just a blue orb changer. He just works because he's also on Divine General. And I feel like we're going to be okay. It's just that the major thing is that even having Diablo's multi-use skill doesn't mean that we're going to have the points to do that. Because we're raising our cap so very slowly. We are not resetting, so now everything is going to cost more and more and more, and there's nothing we can do about it. Alright, so turn 1, Yom Orb change, the green buff. Now, I feel like because we have Diablo and Raphael, we are going to have enough power to take out Milim at EX2 level. You know, 1.8 million damage is not the craziest thing in the world. I very much doubt that we would be able to do Inferno 1. You know, 18 million HP requires a lot of support, and just a few stacks of them or anything, like that ain't gonna work. Okay, so here, we'll bring Yom in again, and we'll use his orb change. Thank God we got blues, but, you know, we can't reset now. There's no resetting to be done, so we'll bring now Gazel in, and we'll use his singular orb change. We'll use the green buff again. We'll use a stack, because I forgot to do that last turn. Not a super huge deal. And let's give the front line an attack stack, because I think it's only the front line. And yep, that is only the front line. So she does not hit the back, unlike Elmesia. Kind of unfortunate, but honestly, to be expected. 1, 2, 3, okay, thank you for that counter. 170 points we've gotten. Right, because we start at 150 now. That's right. Okay, that's an awful hand, and there's really nothing I can do about it. So let's just burn out these oranges. Let's get another attack stack. Let's get a skill cap increase. She's not doing anything else for us, so we don't need to like worry about who's up front in that, because we have our 2 DPS units, or 1 DPS unit, and support. We'll burn out the orange and the alt. This will give Raphael some weakness strike. Oh, technically everyone but the hero will get weakness strike. But we just have to maintain our orbs as best as possible. So here, yeah, we can make that work. Whether or not we use Diablo, though, is a different question, because it's 65. That's going to be 0 cost. Yeah, I think we can do that. So Diablo buff, and then he can go away. We'll bring in Yome, use his orb change, and then a Gazel orb change. Boom, boom, and then we'll bring the hero in for Gazel, I guess. And then we'll do the 0-cost alt swap ability, and then another stack, which I've been really lacking on these stacks of Raphael. We're not going to hit the peak performance of this of Raphael's damage, but I think we're going to be okay. We are running the protection gauge on Green Charm to make sure we can get stacks of Towa, therefore allowing us to use buffs on the nuke turn. Because at 190 right now, we're not looking so hot. So let's raise it up. We can probably send Raphael away now, honestly. Gazel is giving every orb extra skill points, so not just the greens, so I think we can use a stack of him, and then we'll burn out this alt and these oranges that are coming, and I think we'll be okay. So, yeah, ooh, that's a lot of oranges coming in. Don't really like that, but the hero alt does peanuts. Oh, God. We're at 166 points. We need, what, 270 to use all three of the big-time buffs, Gazel, Diablo, and Raphael. And we have 2 more turns to do that. And we have no green orbs. Alright. 187. We can use 2 buffs. I still think that'll be enough to kill, but it's just kind of funny like that. Oh. Okay, I mean, yeah, that's just not happening, because we do this and we do that, and it's like, oh, you could just use Yome again. Like, no, you can't. Wow, okay. Let's just do this. We get 40 points back, but we're not even up to the cap where we could use 3 big-time buffs. Like, we're only at 230, and we're at the mercy of orb changing, which, even with another orb changer, Towa is now very inefficient. Oh, there's the green orbs. Well, thank God for that. Well... let's do the orb damage, I guess, for fun. And that's pretty much all we're going to be able to do. So, you can come in for, I guess, Diablo. He's got the most orbs. Yeah, we'll have to do this. So, boom. Diablo doesn't have an ult, so it's not like it's a super huge deal. We'll bring you in. We'll bring Gazel in for Yome. I don't have enough points to orb change that orange, unfortunately. Nor do I have enough points to do another stack of Raphael. So we're kind of at the mercy. Are we able to kill? Let's check what we're looking at for stacks right now. It's not a lot, because we have not been sending full hands of greens. 37% attack. Oof, rough. Okay. We start with 12, I'm fairly certain. Yeah. Okay, well that's pretty awful. We have 3 stacks of Raphael, 2 ults from Diablo, so 60% weakness strike. Let's find out. 1.8. Okay, so we still do have enough power to take out Milim at EX2 level. That is at least good. The hero buff didn't really do anything because we didn't send any normal orbs, and well, I guess we did get the element resistance down because we weren't able to use Gazel. But yeah, like, you guys see the problem with this team without the reset, right? It becomes heavily expensive and unwieldy to use. So Towa is very much just an inferior version of that free-to-play FREY. If we were to use FREY, we wouldn't be getting the damage buff, but we'd be able to reset costs and we'd be able to maintain cycles a little bit more appropriately. So, alright, let's try something else. Alright, we'll see what she can do with a modified first anniversary Dark team. The first anniversary of Eldora raised my skill cap, gave me a stacking magic buff, and reset skills. Towa now is giving me Enamor, stacking attack, and raising the skill cap. Brought Isis, brought Eren, brought Milim, brought Rimuru, brought Diablo instead of Shinsha, because his buff is just going to be better. And, yeah, I mean, obviously we're going to be able to do it because the stage has peanuts for HP. What was he have? 350? Yeah. It's not going to be overly difficult. It's just how efficient can she be running a very old team. And, I mean, if you don't want to, you could just take Diablo out and put in Shinsha, and maybe it would run better, because you'd at least have some permanent stacking skill points. But I'm going to take his synergy power buff and his free green buff, at least for one turn, and make it useful. Alright, so turn 1, we'll use Isis, but we don't have enough points to use her buff, so we will instead use Diablo's free buff. It only lasts for one turn. It is still 50%, which means that after this, we can have a lot of points, and then we can start using the Isis buff, which lasts for multiple turns, 3 turns, and then we can have that pretty much active for the rest of the fight. And Diablo is just getting us on a nice start, a little leg up at the beginning of the fight, which is good. And then he has a very, very strong buff to end the fight with. Wow. I mean, that would not be a great hand normally, but we do have the ability to orb change. So we'll bring Eren in for Diablo. We'll use her orange convert, boom, and then we can bring Isis in, use her green buff, and then the Milim convert, which my Milim is now skill fused, so she could have changed 2 of those oranges or 2 blues or the 1 and 1. Doesn't really make a difference right there. But she would be able to convert a little bit more than what she would normally be able to without being skill fused. But now the Isis buff is active for 3 turns. We're at 170 points, and what do we need to nuke here? 95 plus another 90, so 185 points. And we're almost there. Right? Almost being the keyword. Yeah, so let's do another stack of Towa. And I think we just hold them in the back. So orb change, boom. We'll take Rimuru out. That brings in this orange, okay. Let's do the Milim convert. Boom. Alright, cool. And then when we swap her out, we could use Eren's orb change. And now we'll be looking pretty good. So we're playing around, making it work. 137 skill points coming back. We're up to 172. We need to use 1 more Towa before we can use the 3 primary buffs that I want to do. And, you know, this is fairly easy. It's just that, are we going to get the points? We need 185, and we're not really looking like we're going to get there very easily. 182. Excellent. Double stack of Towa means that we can get another 10% attack on Milim and Rimuru when the time comes. They're in the back, so they're going to avoid the seal that's going to come in right there. Perfect. And then we have these 2 green orbs, and we can send these, and we could be pretty much on our way. Because now we have 190. Now, if Rimuru was not skill fused, we'd have to go even higher, because his cost would be 55 instead of 40. Not a big deal, though. Pierce resistance, crit resistance, not... I mean, yeah, we could do that. Or we could just nuke. I feel like we'd be able to kill him just even without the crit buff. Because he has how much HP? Yeah, we could do it now. Let's just go ahead and do it. So we'll bring you in for Eren. And we'll bring you in for... yeah, we can use Diablo's buff now. Boom. It affects everybody, and even in the back, so now we can send him away. Excellent. And let's use the alt buff. So 100% synergy power, the alt buff, which also comes with a 25% attack buff for all dark allies, and now we're going to put another 10% attack on. I think his crit resistance is quite high, so to use our crit buff from Rimuru would actually hurt our damage output, because he's got 100, and we're only doing 40. So yeah, we're not going to do that. 1, 2, 3. Do we have enough points to do another orb change? We do not. And Rimuru, 83k. Milim single target, 130k. And that's actually not enough to kill. It's a nut tap away. We're going to kill him here. But, eh. Oh, Isis, yes. finishing blow with Isis. Do it. Oh, she did 1 damage. Oh, we're all doing 1 damage. No! We should have just waited. Alright, well, Milm can redeem herself then, I guess. I guess we can use the crit buff now. Was this a good showcase video or clip? Not really, no. Did we use Towa? We sure did. Was it really about her? It was not. What did she enable us to do? She enabled us to get extra skill points so we could nuke with a couple different buffs, and she gave us a little bit of extra attack. I mean, I didn't really see anything from the Enamor ability. It's only for 1 turn, and we didn't have Towa activated every single turn, so is there something else we can do? No, I don't want to use her anymore. We're gonna end the video right there. She's the free-to-play protector. I mean, you can't expect too much out of her. She is, again, just a much worse version of the Protector of Peace FREY, and that's mainly because she doesn't have a reset on a team that desperately needs a reset, which, was another kind of big misplay on the free-to-play unit part. Could they have just made a carbon copy of FREY? 100%. Would I have minded? Absolutely not. But they had to be different to be different, and they gave her an inferior skill, which is the Enamor ability, on a team that still doesn't really need it all that much. But, if you care about this Towa, as a unit, not as a character in Slime, but, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. That's it for me. We did our showcase. I've completed all the showcases for the 3rd anniversary team. Huzzah! And I will see you guys on Tuesday morning for the meta live stream from the devs. Take it easy, and I'll see you then.